So I went back and looked at my throws from last week on that rainy day, and that was a really good day. That was really relaxed, and I noticed if I zoomed in, and I could still myself turning on the side of my foot. Where I got off on turning on the side of my foot, I don't know, but my shoes are in are in dire restraints from that turning on that side of that heel. My shoes can't take any along with other issues with my shoe, other holes and problems that I have with my shoes. That one is. It seems like it's so avoidable, and it seems like it's so simplistic to avoid. However, uh, I keep on doing it. So when I got out here, I took about 5 throws, and I was really focused on it, trying not to turn on the side of the foot there, but especially when I speed up and I try to put a little bit more mustard on the throws, or what I get into taking the fulls, I go right back to apropos. I go right back to base level, and that it's not the end all be all, right? It's not the end all be all. It's not going to determine the distance. I don't think that it's hurting. It's going to hurt my foot is what it's going to do, and it's going to destroy my shoes. But is that the worst thing in the world? No, I don't get too beat up about it, but beat myself up about it. But at the same time, it's kind of one of those annoying things that I've noticed that I do that I probably should fix. But maybe I don't fix it. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I think that it depends on the shoes. I think it also depends on the type of throwing shoes that I'm in. So got in here, tried to focus on that. Was also trying to. I've always been the last couple of days trying to lift the hammer, and making sure that I lift the hammer. And I slowed it down a lot. And when I slow it down a lot, it seems like the ball comes out super duper flat because there's no acceleration on it. And I don't know if I just need to take hundreds, or if I need to take as many slow throws as possible. I actually ended up taking a lot of low intensity throw. I took almost 20 throws that were super duper, not low energy, not low energy, but low effort. And I tried to really focus on what I was doing, but it seems like it's still, there's a way to do. I'm sure that there's a way to do that, but for whatever reason, when I do that, I get flat throws. I get really exclusively flat throws, and it annoys the fuck out of me because fundamentally, I'm too short to be releasing the ball at an angle to where it's flat. I can see that taller throwers, you see bigger throwers, yes, they can get away with a flatter projectile because the reference point of where they are to the ground is a little bit higher, so that yes, they can get away with that. Obviously, their goal is to as well be able to lift the hammer as high as you can, right? But somebody that is shorter like me, you just get, that's not going to cut the mustard seed. That's not going to cut the cheese, and that annoys the hell out of me. It really does when I see that, because I know it's just not going to cut it. Since that day last week, I have been trying to figure out what I did that day that was super duper relaxed, and it was raining, and you would think that I would take bad throws when it was raining, but that was the most relaxed that I had thrown the hammer in a very long time, probably in maybe ever, but probably in years. That was the most relaxed throws that I had ever taken. I got out here, and especially when I get to the fulls, I feel myself putting in more effort and getting a little bit worried about the distance, and it just pisses me off why I can't take relaxed throws. And it's almost like I'm tweaking, or I'm on crack, or I'm on drugs or something. It almost is like it's like heroin, because I can't. That is all that I'm chasing. Instead of me chasing after the distance, like some people, like which is what happens, and that you should chase after the distance ultimately. But that was like, oh my goodness, that being that relaxed throwing, and I felt like I could have thrown like that all day. I feel like I could have taken throw after throw after throw, and I wasn't going to get any big throws, but I was happy with the consistent, smooth throws that I was taking. And for every day that I come out here, I'm like, where is it? I'm fiending for it. I'm literally fiending for it every day that I've come out here since then. And I don't know. maybe it's just going to have to come to me. I'm going to have to just reverse. I'm going to have to reverse engineer and relax and figure out how it's going to come to me, because those throws were that was on the money. Some of these or whatever, yeah, I get back into, I'm forcing it and I'm doing too much, and it's just not as relaxed. It's just that's the bottom line about it, and it's super duper inconsistent as well. So that also gets me very, very frustrated. So not relaxed, inconsistent as well. I mean, you have to be, and when you get to the comedy, you have to be consistent. So I don't know how I'm going to get back to that. I don't know how I'm going to get back to that place like I was. And maybe it's going to have to rain again. Maybe the rain is a good thing for me, but I'm chasing. Seems like I'm chasing the wind there, and I got a little in the dumps halfway or 3/4 of the way through this practice, thinking about that, because I don't know why it seems so simple sometimes and then so fucking complicated at other fucking times. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. So one of the big things that I'm trying to work through, and this is a track and field concept actually, and you can relate this to the runners that run the longer races, right? So sometimes they in let's say a mile or let's say a 5K. Sometimes those races start off really, really slow, and it depends on the race, right? Sometimes those splits on those laps are really, really fast to come out the gates, and they want to wear out the pack. It depends on the racing strategy, right? And I think that with this, it depends on the athlete. But by the same token, one of the things with that is I believe that it takes a lot if you start off too slow. And like I start off at the beginning of practice, when I start off slow like that, I think that it can take a lot more energy to get the ball up to the velocity that you want to when you're starting off so slow, and that it's too late at that point, and it's like you decide to try to catch somebody on the last couple laps or whatever. Well, like he's already 100 meters ahead of you. Now you want to put your kick in. Well, you waited too late. You waited too late to accelerate the ball, and I think that you waited too late in the race to accelerate. And I think that concept can kind of go with this as well. The problem is that I can't tell, and I didn't come up with this drill. I've kind of modified that beginning, the turn drill, turn, wind, turn, that thing. But I don't know what, and I've kind of asked this question over and over again. I don't know what the end goal. I don't know what the focus is when I'm supposed to be just turning through that drill. And maybe I need to take 50 really, really slow and just focus on hitting the positions and not be focused on accelerating the ball with that drill. I don't know what the answer is. I'm spitballing here, but I get annoyed when I don't feel that acceleration, and then therefore I'm not getting that lift on the ball as well. So it seems like it's a double-edged sword. So I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to take the relaxed approach and not get too frustrated about it. I think me taking the relaxed approach and taking low intensity throw and trying to hit the right position every time, I think that's a lot better logically on my brain than me trying to take the speed up, be so worried about speeding up the ball. So I just need to hit the right positions and make sure that my body's in the right place. I love lines. If you see today, I threw on the lines. I love the lines because there's a coaching cue, and I've heard if you've thrown the hammer at all, you should know hold the middle. Well, that line goes straight down the middle. So I should either be adjacent to that center of gravity, or I should be right next to it every time that I'm throwing. And it's very, very interesting to look at some of these throws that I've taken. You'll see that to the screen I'll go off left, or there's been some times I've gone off a little bit right. But no, you're supposed to stay right down the center of that ring as you throw, and it's very, very easy to see. So I really, really like these. I really, really like these lines. It's kind of a good cue to kind of help you. I like to use it if at all possible, but I figured that was a good thing for me to try to visually see, and especially when I go back and review the throws to determine whether I was doing what I needed to do. So the practice overall kind of lackluster. And what do I mean by lackluster? Well, it lacked fucking luster. Let me not to sugarcoat the shit. Lacked luster and lacked consistency in the throw. And this was a great field to throw at. There was no cars around, no extra nervousness for me to be, and I kind of am disappointed that I wasn't able to take advantage of it. But what can you do? I'm glad that I got out. I'm thankful I got out and took some throws. Got some good reps in. Got to watch the sun go down. I always like to watch as the horizon kisses, as the sun kisses the horizon at the end of the practice, and you call her day. That's a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing. You kind of got to appreciate the finer things in life. Gotta be grateful for what you're grateful for. So what can you do? I'm still learning. You're always learning. I mean, if anybody that's been in this long enough will tell you that there is no perfect throw. There is no perfect. Even if you're throwing X distance, there's always something that you can improve on. So I'm learning. I get annoyed and frustrated, but I think that that's just the issue, right? You can't give negative energy to you can't let yourself get frustrated out here. You can't let the negative energy flow, because it just compounds continuously on itself, and it gets worse and it gets worse, and it doesn't get you anywhere. It really doesn't. And that's something that I learned a long time ago, but the temperament is there. I've gained a lot of temperament, and it's kind of helped me with some other things in life as well. But I've gained a lot of temperament, but I still struggle. Let's not fake. I mean, I still get frustrated. So you're never going to be perfect. You're always learning. You're always improving. So, but that's just about all I got. You already know what the deal is. Run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, lock your doors, save your throws. Most importantly, you'll live to fight another day. I'm gonna get out of here.